Hi all of you, dear viewers, aspirants. हमारे साथ अखिल साइनाथ हैं. Akhil Sainath is this year's qualified toppers. He has a rank of 566 and hopefully he should get into a good service.
Yes.
We'll talk to him and he has got amazing marks. Essays mein, interview 179 and more importantly is he has done a great amount of improvement over his previous attempts. So kya इन्होंने, we will discuss with him. So congratulations with you, Sainath.
Thanks a lot, sir.
It has been a long journey for you.
Yes, sir.
You are a qualified engineer,
Yes,
mechanical engineer.
Yes, sir.
And why civil services?
Sir, it was a dream for me from my BTech, where I've seen probably I always felt that as an individual, I have to attain a stage where I can contribute greater to the society, greater to the nation as a whole. I always felt I have to have a definite place in the society where I can contribute a lot. So I always had this ambition. Civil services as provides me this platform where I can contribute a bit.
I'm sure. My wishes to you, Sainath, be a very good officer.
Thanks a lot.
In this long journey, okay, I see you as a very accomplished in terms of your writing skills.
Yes, sir.
What took you so long? This is your 6th attempt.
Yes, sir.
So what were the mistakes you're making earlier? You wished you had not done that earlier.
Sir, initial attempt, I had an issue of prelims, where prelims was of gaining content, not practicing more. Not practicing in such
You have not done too much of PYQs and
PYQs tests. So initial attempt I could not qualify prelims, and then I improved upon it, and then I knew it's not about the content, it's the way we approach the prelims papers. So I've done a rigorous analysis after every prelims test I have done.
Oh.
So I've got the probability of my hit factor in every of my subject. So it's not the random accuracy or probability that I have applied in the final test. It's the rigorous amount of data I knew. Geography, 3 options eliminated, whether my probability is huge here, whether it is in history. So that probability has increased my positives and reduced my negatives.
Okay.
So prelims is...
So when you give a test,
Yes, sir.
you spend some time analyzing it.
Yes, sir.
How much time do you give for that?
That will be around 1.5 hours probably.
For a 1 hour test, 1 hour of analysis.
Yes, sir. So I feel this post analysis is more important than revising.
I think this is the single biggest differentiator between
Yes, sir.
the first timers, second timers who do not know the process,
Yes,
and those who do it eventually
yes,
later on.
So I've done rigorous analysis. Geography, for example, if I had 3 options left, 2 options left, how much is my probability? The same goes for history as well. 3 options left, 2 options left. How much is my probability? So in the final exam, I will not attempt those questions which my probability is very less. Where my probability of...
How many questions you would attempt in general out of 100 questions?
My comfort zone is around 92 to 95.
Excellent.
Yes.
Why? Because my personal belief is anybody attempting less than 90 or 80
Right, sir.
has a very difficult chance.
Yes. True.
I know of people who go even 100% attempt also.
True, sir.
But not random. Yes. There's some logic working, like
Yes.
the probability.
Yes, we have to understand each probability, and it does not come with 1 or 2 tests. It comes rigorously after 20 tests, 30 tests. It's like a sports individual athlete analyzing his own data.
Practicing, repeat practices.
Yeah. So how is his pace in first 1 to 20 meters, probably 20, 40 meters, how much is pace? Is a rigorous data you come in. And
you are second person telling this to me. It's not about content, it's also about knowing how to attempt.
Yes, sir.
That itself is a different skill.
I believe prelims is that we have to, all the game is reducing the negatives. When we have 60-30.
And that can't happen with going safe either.
Yes, sir. So you have to have the probability, you have to understand where your comfort zone. So there is where it's not a blind analysis, it's a rigorous analysis which improves your accuracy in the final stage.
You have analyzed the PYQs also?
Yes, sir.
What you have in mind when analyze the PYQs?
So first thing would be from where the questions are coming on. So my time and energy would be on those eventually in the end of the prelim stage, probably April, May. But it's not like I'll be skipping everything. But my rigorous analysis and rigorous practice and attention would be on those topics which are consistently repeated.
Yes.
For example, if I have to give an example, if I have to take Lakshmi Khan, we have certain chapters which are not frequently asked in prelims, like constitutional bodies, quasi-judicial bodies. There are few chapters which are being frequently asked: judiciary, parliament, fundamental rights.
Article 19, Article 21.
Yes, sir. These are the few. Why would I keep my attention on energy, especially at the prelim stage, on the constitutional bodies or quasi-judicial bodies? Having said this, I will not be entirely ignoring
it.
Probably in January, February, I'll be doing them. So I'll have this back of the mind. But by March, April, May, these are where I'll retain more knowledge from. So this is one part. Second is, sir, I believe PYQs are more important because we have to sit in the mindset of the UPSC, how to eliminate the questions. The core part makes 40 to 45 of your 100 questions.
Yes.
There you might gain 80 marks. But the options elimination is one such method which helps us attain the educated guess answer. So this needs where individuals should sit how UPSC is framing an option. There is
Know their language, know their choice of words.
Yes, sir. So this is second thing.
Where they trap, you can understand.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to know if you do it 2-3 times?
Yes, sir. I consistently be it. Thankfully I've qualified IFS cutoff as well few times.
Okay.
Still, I'll before I sit on to the main exam, I'll do PYQs at least 2 to 3 times.
2 to 3 times.
Yes, sir. So before that, I will not go.
Very because so I think you don't believe in the idea of UPSC being unpredictable public service commission. There's a common adage they had.
I don't believe to the very large extent, sir. But if you see 100 questions, I believe there will be a uncertainty in 20 questions. But 80 questions are always certain. The polity questions do come. The geography questions do come. People tend to, the market goes on grabbing attention of this uncertainty and tend to miss out the certain.
The most certain ones.
Yeah, so I always believe if my static encore and revisions are in my hand, I always have the confidence that I can easily get 100 above.
I'm very impressed the essays mark. Okay, and I believe we have also interacted with our essay videos on YouTube, etc. 125 essays mark is a very, and this year also I think not too many have got very high marks.
Yes, sir.
So what is your success? And interestingly, you told me essays marks were less earlier.
Yes, sir.
What, 88?
87 was
87, okay.
And because of that, I could miss my cut the final rank by 8 marks. So what was my strategy was I was a student of before 2020 as well. So before 2020, pestle strategy would work.
Pestle study, okay.
Yeah.
Political, economic,
Yeah,
social, technological.
Those days essays were academic of nature. How is the education? How is the economy? But there is a change in trend of
Those are current affair based and topical GS type of.
Yes, sir, GS type of topic. After 21, there is philosophical nature. But still, I would really keep out in front of the viewers. I still followed the pestle strategy. And in fact, UPSC has given me a very low score.
Because of pestle strategy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And to the core, back then, if the future Akhil was there, I would have slapped him and then said, pestle is not the right approach for the philosophical nature. Because that has costed me, and people tend to score less in these times.
Thank you for saying it, because I am tired of repeating this.
Yeah.
Pestle is a dumbed down process. It's a useless process. Maybe you can fill pages.
Right.
But that will not give you the marks. Yeah, please go on.
And then I've analyzed what should I make out of all this. Pestle is not an approach. So I understood arguments is one such approach. And then I also need to understand what UPSC is focusing upon.
Okay.
So I've taken all the 5 years of UPSC from where philosophical essays are coming on. Okay. So I understood there are certain themes UPSC is trying to repeat. There are certain themes like happiness is one such indicator, happiness, contentment, joy, or this one thing. The second theme would be peace of mind.
Okay.
Third thing would be imperfect human.
These are those values around which the topics are framed.
Yeah, these are being framed. So I believe I worked and I've taken questions on these themes. Okay. UPSC are frequently on a different tone, but on the same core essay. For instance, if I have to give an example, last year they asked happiness is not an end, it's a journey itself.
Yes.
This time the tone of the essay was different. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. So it is revolving on the same tone. Contentment and happiness. So I had on the happiness everything that I need, ready-made, assuming not I'll truly done the same, but the analysis on happiness, like
Inside you had the philosophies.
philosophy.
You have used philosophies in your essays?
Yes, sir. And one more dimension I did was psychology. Any theories on happiness? I had a set point theory of happiness. There, psychologists have done a research on Buddhist monks.
Okay.
So I have kept it in contentment joy. So I believe
You have gone deep inside the,
yes, sir.
the themes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it would not take much time as well, sir. Deep, because I hardly found 10 themes on which I can work. So hardly it's like 10 topics that I have to prepare. One is happiness, one is moral and ethics, other is fortitude, perseverance. So these are all themes that I have to, around 10 themes I have made. So it's, and UPSC tends to repeat essays on those. So the content, ready-made content that I have, and then one also has to know how to use the same content that we have if the tone of the essay has changes. So that needs practice. So I had the content, I practice with mocks, I practice with the PYQs.
What about quotations? Start with stories. There's a lot of ideas in the market. What did you do on that?
Before the attempt, I always used to start with an anecdote. So this year, I strictly like no anecdotes. I'll give the brief intro of the essay. For example, contentment is natural wealth is what I say I wrote. I'll talk about what is the present world moving upon, artificial luxury, contextual, and like I'll keep the context in front of the evaluator. Like the world is moving towards hustling life. Luxury is the ad stick that the society is trying to measure upon, where individual compromises unintentionally is contentment, joy, satisfaction. He in himself revolves around the cycle of deferred happiness.
Yeah.
Is once I'll pass here, once I'll pass there, I'll be happy.
You wrote all about that.
Yeah, all about that in the intro itself.
How much time this type of preparation takes in essay? If somebody puts in,
So probably it should not. If it's the same theme by segregation, you should do. I think each thing would not take probably 2 days more, not more than 2.
but that thing.
Yes, sir. And it's not like you spend 12 hours a day on the essay. Even if you spend 3-4 hours.
I recommend essays should go on parallelly, slowly, gradually through the entire year.
Yes, sir.
It's a mindset thing.
Yes, sir.
Rather than content thing.
Yes, sir. It would also help us in ethics.
Ethics also, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must all listen to him very carefully because Akhil has seen the spectrum of marks. 87, 88 to leap to 125. In some ways, essays mark is giving him the rank also. And essays also, I think that mindset
Yes, sir.
also gives you interview marks.
Yes, sir. True.
Like 179 interview is a very, very good score.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a good journey that you have gone through.
Yes, sir. Even essay reading has helped me personally as well. So when I learned more of happiness, I always felt like, where
has to be happy.
Yeah. So
okay. Fortunate to have Akhil in my geography courses also. He is part of our test series MSP programs. So tell us about geography preparation. Why did you take geography first?
Sir,
Mechanical engineering background.
Always had this childhood curiosity about geographical phenomena around me. Rivers, Himalayas is always used to give me a question of why and how. So that is one curiosity that I always had. Second, I would say strategically, geography is a subject which balances all the GS1 and GS3 especially.
There is relevance in 3-4 papers.
3-4 papers. So I always felt it is a scoring subject, not just in an optional, probably for the other circuit.
I must tell you, he had, in the last attempt, he had 288 in geography, among the very high marks. This year, the marks have dipped a bit, around 258, 260. Okay, that was because of some mistakes he did. But this is a very high score.
Yes, sir.
So if I would like to believe I played a small role.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How did we help you? What the courses? What did you do to score marks? If something on that.
Yes, sir. I seriously remember those days of 2019 and 2020 when I took foundational course from you, because as a childhood curiosity, I came taking a geography, but the depth of knowledge requires is completely different. There's a kind of technicality involved. But truly, to be a student of you, there were so many things. Even today, I don't read my notes, sir. The notes that you have given for tectonics, or the notes you have given for sea floor spreading, These all are fixed in my brain. I don't need to recollect them again and again. Because a concept
Thank you for
clarity
generous there. It's
and
my pleasure having you in my class.
also the foundational course. And now after that, the MSP programs that you have given, the way you have created answers, and then those are my one-stop solutions in the end for revisions. So I believe you have played a great part, not just improving my marks, but making me love the subject.
So what did you do in geography answer writing? I had to teach many things.
Yes, sir.
What could you use and what do you think made difference in, because 288 is very high marks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what have you done in geography answer writing?
So one is that I try to bring more geographical perspectives.
Okay.
Probably the thinkers wherever I can. For example, the environmental pollution questions are the questions related to pollution. I'll bring some theory. Like we have stop and go determinism. We have thought of Lucian Faber, where he says there are no necessities but every
Only
possibilities. So these kind of garnishing that I do in my questions, the value addition that I do. And if there is any question about migration, I bring the concept of e fu to one.
One.
Topophilia.
Topophilia.
Love for the places. So I try to bring in then, sir. So how migration though gives you economic security, people often live in kind of depression, like loss of loneliness, isolation in the places they visit. So I try to bring all the
Social well-being topics can come in.
yeah. So all those topics that I try to bring upon into the papers and regional examples. I would
Regional examples.
yes, sir. Global wide, Indian wide. I'll try to dump them wherever I can, sir. And case studies.
Give an example of what you did in regional.
Sir, I would say in paper 2, especially the recent 2025 attempt, there is a question on how Western India has been a pharmaceutical base for development of pharmaceutical industry in India. So, regional example, I have drew a map of not the entire map. People tend to do a mistake. They just draw
The whole India map.
map Gujarat, probably Surat, Vadodara, and leave it Indian pharmaceutical. I did not do that. I drew the complete outline of Gujarat. I drew the complete outline of Maharashtra. I marked the cities, all the cities in this zone, and I also showed the transport corridors.
So your practice map for
Yes,
states?
I had individual maps for all the states. It's their topography, their rivers passing through in important places. So I used them as an example, and also Hyderabad is one such area where the government policies. So these are the examples that I have brought up. For example, Hyderabad, especially Telangana, they have done very well for pharma parks.
You have drawn Hyderabad, shown the places,
Yes, sir.
cities, maps,
Yes.
times.
So all those I have done, and then this year we also have the question about agricultural location, Bontunan model. So I developed a case study of Delhi. Okay. Where on the Yamuna plains, you have from, I'm not exactly sure about the locations, how the, on if we go out from the Yamuna plain, from Delhi to Bulandshahr or somewhere,
Okay.
how
the crops are changing.
changing. Here
Okay.
it's cattle dairying. So I had an example for a regional example for everything.
How much time you must have spent for all of this work?
Sir, it won't take much time, sir. Like the main question, if we understand the PYQs, the question would be whether it's applicable or not.
Yeah.
The applicable
Preparation.
straightforward question. So I would say Wantanan is applicable. Yeah, it is applicable in certain parts. And I would also have an example where it is not applicable, where it is hiding limitations. So I would say on each topic, 15-20 minutes of value addition through maps and keeping it in a short note so that you consistently revise it and the question comes on Wantanan, you dump the map. So I believe
Done this lot of background work.
yes, sir. Lots of work.
You told me about use of AI.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about, because it's a very new way of learning and studying.
Yes, sir.
How it helped you, what you did in AI based study?
One such is the use of AI for essay. As I said, I've given all the topics of from 21 to 25. I asked the AI to segregate them on one core topic. So it has segregated happiness. It has segregated.
You put the topics and it's segregated.
It has segregated. So I got the themes, and on each theme I have worked on my content, and then I practice on the same.
AI is like your assistant.
Yes, sir. It
Okay.
has been.
Personal assistant, do my work and I will
Yes,
study.
yes, sir. And greatly it has helped me at the interview stage as well to understand different opinions. I would in fact debate with the AI.
Okay.
Like you have Gemini, now we have got voice charts as well. So I would in fact ask her the questions to ask me and then evaluate back. So I in fact would debate with the AI. I'll ask her to I'll give an article of the newspaper. I'll ask her, you start asking me some questions.
Okay.
So it'll ask.
So Gemini will ask you
Yeah.
questions.
So I'll repeat it and then in the end I'll ask her to evaluate how my answer was. So I'll try to restructure my answers. So this is how I ended up structuring my content in a very precise and concise way.
And almost like an expert guiding you there.
Yes, sir. So AI is something remarkably transforming.
The way you're telling me,
Yes.
almost looks like I think coaching industry will shut down in some ways.
Yeah.
The kind of teaching you can get there, content you learn, I think all of us will become redundant.
Probably.
Just the beginning and you have used so much.
Yes, sir.
The next generations will go crazy on it. Have you used our tool Yuki and what's your opinion about that?
Yes, sir. I've used that for my geography preparation and also certain parts of GS preparation. One way, though the AI is present everywhere, one does not know what to search exactly. The prompt is something the Yuki, the platform that you have designed, has completely kept all the prompts at a single place.
Yes.
So that makes my process very simpler, and it also gives related searches towards it. So if I have to search one article, it gives completely everything, and also probably it asks me to search for something else as well.
Related
the
topics
prompt,
on it.
the prompt that gives.
That's exactly the objective, Akhil. Want to develop Yuki as a self-study platform.
Yes, sir.
Students don't have to go anywhere.
True.
The syllabus is there.
Right.
The evaluation we have added. Okay, I would request you use it a bit more often and let us know how it's working. Recommend that. Okay. But I'm happy you have used it already to some extent. And how did you manage current affairs? And have you seen how Yuki does current affairs?
So as such, personally, I used to rely more on newspapers.
Right. You have not studied compilations too much?
I don't rely much on compilations, sir. Okay. Basically, I use newspapers. I use the content from it. I analyze the articles and then add it to my own notes. If per se on the Yuki part, there is some current affairs session as well where it completely gives daily analysis.
Yes, it does. Yes, it summarizes and gives. Yes.
Yes. A few times I have seen even those as well. But my relevance is main of.
How much time you have given for current affairs on an average daily or monthly or weekly? How do you divide your current affairs?
Sir, I am a daily follower of the newspaper. My day starts with 1.5 hour of newspaper.
Excellent.
That does not because if I don't do it, I do feel unsatisfied in the day, in the end of the day. So I'll somehow see all the news articles. So I have 1.5 hour of dedicated time for the newspaper. Probably I'll be missing out during the crux preparation times, April, May for prelims, probably July and August. But newspaper articles is something 1.5 hour I'll try to do daily
basis. It was lovely talking to you, Akhil. A lot of insights about your preparation. Your marks are incredible. It's unfortunate you could have done a bit better and you would have been through. So my wishes to you. Okay, all the best.
Thank
Be a great officer.
Thanks, sir.
And let's keep in touch and see how we can support the system.
Sure, sir.
I'll request you if you can mentor some students.
Yes, sir.
At your pastime, at your available time.
I'll be more happy to do that because I know after this long journey, I always search answers through myself and I don't find people
who can discuss with.
So I know the pain of the students.
If you are available, then probably I'll ask you to help 2-3 students.
Sure, sir. I'll be more than happy.
Giving it back to system in some way.
I'll be more than happy to do that.
Thank you so much. All the best. My wishes to you.
Thanks a lot, sir.